Abbreviation of HCF is highest common factor. What is meant by that? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of highest common factor? What is the meaning of highest common factor? Okay, we'll give it general example. We'll start with general example. That's what when an oil is there in two separate tanks, which contains 60 liters in one tank and 100 liters in another tank. So, okay, then an oil merchant has to find a measuring jar because he has to take the oil from those two tanks. So I need a jar which measures the 60 liters completely and 100 liters completely. Is it? So what can be the measure of the jar? Can I repeat the question? Can I repeat my question?
20 liters.
I don't get the answer. I didn't want the answer. I'm asking you. I want to take a cup or I want to take a jar that should measure 60 liters completely and 100 liters completely. Yes, one of you, some of you. I will take 1 liter jar. Can't I take?
Sir, 3 liters.
Can't I take 1 liter jar?
Sir, 3 liters.
3 liters. 1 liter jar. I mentioned 3 liters.
20 liters.
What is that? Right. Go ahead.
20 liters, sir.
How much?
20 liters.
20 liters. One of your friend still. That's all. I can measure with 1 liter, and your friend mentioned 3 liters, 20 liters. Yeah.
2 liters.
2 liters. Yeah. That's it.
5 liters, sir. 5 liters, sir.
5 liters.
10 liters, sir.
10 liters.
20 liters, sir.
20 liters already mentioned. Okay. Now we'll go with, because all these liters measures, I think still more number of measurements are there, but I will start with 1 liter measure. If I take a jar with 1 liter, how many times I have to take? I have to take from 60 liters. From 60 liters can?
60 times, sir.
60 times.
60
How
times.
many times I have to take in 100 liters?
100 times.
100 times. So if I take 1 liter jar, I have to take 60 times from the first can and 100 liters from the another can, so that I cannot again to sell the product. Why? Because that my hand will be, that's enough to do that. So that's why what I have to choose? I have to choose a jar which can measure 60 and 100 completely, and it can be maximum. That means I have to take it from the tank minimum number of times. Is it? I have to take it minimum number of times, because I cannot take 60 times from this and 100 times from this. I should not take 100 times from this and 60 times from this. So I have to take less number of times. Less number of times means the capacity of the jar should be maximum. So out of these all common things, I have to take one common jar that should be measures highest and minimum number of times. That's the behind the reason to find the HCF of 60 and 100. Not like generally whenever you take the 60 liters, 100 liters. Come again. Have you any doubt there? Have you any doubt there? You change the name of yours as the class mentioned. Yeah, Vaishnavi, do you have any doubt?
Password అదే కదా మరి ఏ టైప్ పాస్వర్డ్ అండి
Yeah, please. So that's why I will take the common measurements and in this highest measurement. That is nothing but. So that's why I have to take the common measurement. That means common things, all those common things are nothing but common factors of these numbers. So I have to find the common factors of 60 and 100 and then in that common factors, I have to go with highest common factors. That's why I have to find HCF of these two. So how can I find the HCF of 60 and 100 using Euclid division lemma? This is one important question in your public examination. So once you go through that, how to find HCF of two numbers using Euclid division lemma. First, I have to write Euclid division lemma clearly. For every problem, I have to write Euclid division lemma, no doubt in that. Already you have mentioned that AB are any two positive integers, you have to write full. AB are any two positive integers, there exists unique pair of integers Q and R such that A is equals to BQ plus R, where 0 less than or equal to R less than B. This is the first step you have to write for this problem. And then you have to assume that two positive integers, one is 100 and another one is 60. Which one to be taken as 100 and which one has to be taken 60? Two integers to A, B low. Which one should be 100 and which one should be 60?
So A is 100, A is 100 and B is 60.
Yeah, the thing you have to remember is the highest number always should be taken as A. Let A be 100 and the smaller one will be taken as 60. In your problem, if they given, first you have to take the highest number as A and lowest number as B. So, and then if you get A equals to 100 and B equal to 60, now you have to write this one. Before writing this, you have to do the division. That means the side before this equation only how to do the division. You should not do the division somewhere else. So I have to divide 100 with 60. How many times it get cancelled?
One time, sir.
One time. So what's your reminder?
40.
40. So I have to write the equation as dividend is equals to 100 equals divisor 60 into quotient 1 plus 40. So that means this will be the A and this is B and this is Q and this is R. A equals to BQ plus R. Is it okay? First step for all. At least you can show the thumb.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's good. Now, in the next thing, you have to find 60 and 40. In that 60 and 40, you have to take the highest number as A again. That means 60 is equal to, you have to take. And the smallest one, 40, have to take as B. So again, what you have to do? You have to divide 60 with 40. So how many times you get cancelled?
One time, sir.
One time. What will be the remainder?
One time.
20.
20. So again, you have to write 40 into 1 plus 20, as this will be A and B and this will be Q and this will be the R. So and then again you have to take these two numbers. In this, which one is the highest? 40 can be taken as A and smaller will be 20 taken as B. 20 times, you know that 40 can be taken as 20. 20 times 2. What will be the remainder?
Plus 0.
0. So this process can be done until you get the remainder 0. So wherever you get the remainder 0, that divisor, that means B, that B will be taken as HCF. So HCF of 60 and 100 is equal to 20. Am I clear to all? Or do you have any doubts in this process? Yes, you please raise your hand or you can speak. Did you understand clearly this? Do you have any doubt? If you understand, just raise your hands. Yes. That's good. I think I got only 13, 14 out of 70. Raising hand doesn't matter. If you understand, yes. Half of them. Okay. So if you raise your hand, you have the work to do. If you understand, you have to work to do. If you have the doubt, definitely I will explain, and again you can reduce your work. Is it? That's the case. The remaining are not lifting their hands. And you have to do this in page number 4. Again, that homework will be sent in the group. Page number 4, you have to do all those problems. And I'm asking you, think and discuss one question over here. That is, can you find the HCF of 1.2 and 0.12 using Euclid division lemma? This is my question. The homework I will send you the group. You don't worry about that. Just you go through the problem what I have mentioned on the board. Find the HCF of 1.2 and 0.12 using Euclid division lemma. Can we find? I'm not asking what is the HCF. Can we find HCF of those two numbers? Satvik is mentioning 0.12. Can you, Satvik, can you explain how it is?
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, morning.
1.2 is equal to 0.12 into 10 plus 0.
0.12 into 10 plus 0. Just that means I can show in the division like 1.2 you have multiplied with 0.12, you got 10 times, so that the remainder is 0. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good, Satvik. Will you agree with Satvik? Or anybody else to comment? That means counter example. Do you agree with Satvik? If you agree with Satvik, just you show the thumb, not hand. Thumb. Yes, Dohit Reddy, yes. Thumb. I need the thumb. Yeah. So thumbs are, oh, 24, 25. I need one, at least one, that who has to counter the Satvik.
Sir, they are not integers, no, sir.
Who is that? Sai Krishna? Is it the doubt of Sai Krishna or Ganesh?
Yes, yes, sir. Sai Krishna.
So Sai Krishna mentioned the doubt, they are not integers. Not integers, that's one doubt. Still, I need the perfect counter for Satvik. At least one. So Pravalika, can you? Nandini, can you say? Anybody in the class, I need one counter for Satvik that they have given. Okay, that's okay. Then I will go with. So as mentioned, 0.12 times 10 is equals to 1.2 as 0. Counter rate 1.2, 0.12. So that I can multiply with 1 by 10. That means 0.1. So that I will get 0.12 is 0. So can't 1.2 is a HCF of 1.2 and 0.12?
No, sir.
Why?
Because we have to
Only
take
those
greater
that
number as A, sir.
it should be the
Greater number as A. Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. 1.2 is greater than 0.12. Therefore, the HCF.
0.12. That's why A is greater, sir.
Oh, okay. So that I should not take like this. Is it?
Yes, sir. You should not take like that.
Okay. And that's good. That's I got that. And you are supporters of Satvik, not me. Okay, that's okay. So not integer. One of your friend mentioned these are two are not integers. They are not integers. So are you there, all of you? The question they mentioned is, are there not integers? How can you do that? Yes. The absolutely the answer what they have mentioned there, if they are not integers, we should not go for Euclid division lemma to find the HCF of these two. When we mentioned a bigger number to be taken to be divided, when they are two positive integers, are 1.2 and 0.12 are positive integers? Are
No,
those
sir.
integers? So if they are not integers, then we cannot apply the Euclid division lemma to them. Why? Because if you take 0.12 times 10, this is not possible. This is not possible in the regular division. Once you observe the regular division, the quotient may not be more than this, the divisor always. It cannot be always. Sometimes it can be. And 0.12 still it is not an integer. We cannot apply the Euclid division lemma to them. But further, you have another process to find the HCF of these two numbers. Can anybody, if you know how to find the HCF of 0.12 and 1.2 in another method?
Sir,
Yes.
we can make denominators equal, sir.
Yeah, please.
First of all, take on that point.
Yes, you can say that. That 1.2, how I can write 1.2 as?
120 by 100.
Yeah, 120 by 100, that's good. And 0.12 has?
12 by 100, sir.
So what is the HCF then?
120, sir.
How can you say that?
Sir, we can easily do the denominators are equal means we can get no, sir, by factorizing. Denominators are equal, no, sir.
When I go with the HCF of
It's
3,
a-
4, denominators are equal. Then what is the HCF? 4.
Yes, sir.
Is it 4 the HCF of 3, 4?
Answer
Sir,
1.
here we can also say that if x is the factor of y, then x will be, if x is multiple of y, then it will be the factor of both x and y, no, sir.
Factor. Again, you have mentioned me the very wonderful question, factor. What is meant by factor? What is the definition of factor?
Factor, we can say that for example, if we took any number,
Yeah.
if that number exists in it, if a number exists in its table, sir, we can say it is a factor, no, sir.
Just in tables, it is a factor. Okay, I can understand your value. So can we, what is that number? Is there any condition? Is 1 by 2 is a factor of 1 by 6? Is 1 by 2 factor of 1 by 6?
No, sir.
Does it applicable to fractions?
No, sir.
So then how can we apply that 120 by 100 and 12 by 100 is a factor? So you think yourself, and there is another method to find the HCF and LCM of fractions. You have that, you remember that. You tell me tomorrow what is the fraction, what is the HCF and LCM for finding fractions. So finding 1 point HCF of 1.1 0.12 is not applicable using Euclid division lemma. You can do it in another method. You have to find that method. Okay. So using Euclid division lemma, you cannot find it. Are you okay with that?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that's good. And you have plenty of problems finding HCF using Euclid division lemma. You have some do this and exercise first Roman also there. First you have to work out all those problems today. Tomorrow there is very important class. We just mentioned to all your students. Yes, Mahesh. Yes, Ishwar. Just you have to take, you have to speak out so that everyone can understand that, and even the chart. That's good. Tomorrow we'll discuss on that, and definitely tomorrow is the important class about the theorems using Euclid division lemma. It's very important. So be ready for that, and I wish you good luck to complete all these problems. If I have any doubts, I will clarify that tomorrow. Okay. Good luck, the students. Thank you. Thank you one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you be ready for the next class. Thank you.